Hi there, it's Jen, and thanks for joining me. Today I'm doing 6 cards using the Spellbinders February 2018 card kit and the small die of the month, which is these 4 really pretty kind of like border dies, I guess. The kit I subscribe to is called Kitschy, and so it is a card kit plus a small die of the month. So what comes in the kit is some paper flowers and some kind of dimensional banners almost, a ribbon, of course, butterflies, a few little pink gems, and then some enamel accents, 2 feathers that are gold tipped. These are the sentiments, so they're clear sticker in gold font. And I think there are 11 sentiments. And there is some double-sided tape, some foam squares, of course the envelopes and the card bases, which there are 10 of each. And then this is like the little ephemera pack, I guess you can call it. So a bunch of cute butterfly and kind of spring themed papers. And some sentiment strips, which I think I use 1 when I do this. I don't use very many of those. And then some gold trimmed floral. And then of course the dies that always come in the kit. And I do not recall exactly how many there are in the kit. And I have a hard time using the dies. I don't know why. I think it's because there's so much other stuff in the kit that I don't get a chance to use all the dies, but I definitely add them to my stash for future use. So it looks like there's 10 dies, and of course the 8.5 by 11 paper, so there are 11 sheets. Floral, this really nice stripe paper. I just love that paper for some reason. This kind of green with some brown accents. And then very pretty leaf pattern, and then the gold metallic, which seems to be a staple in the kits, a piece of off-white cardstock, and then a piece of bright white cardstock, dark green, light green, and kind of a medium green. So that is the kit. You can still purchase it till the end of February, and a lot of times they still have kits you can purchase even after the month that it came out. So for this first card, I am using the white card base, and I go ahead and take my tape runner and use that for the adhesive. I try and remember to use the double-sided later in the video, even though I can see it sitting right there. For some reason, I just forget to use it. So I went ahead and used my tape runner to adhere this kind of off-white cardstock to my card base, and then I'll just go ahead and trim off the excess. And then I'm using this really pretty piece of green paper. It's got some brown tones to it. And I tore it in half, and I really want the white core to show through. And so on the top piece there, it wasn't showing. So I just went ahead and just tore a little bit more of that off because I will be distressing that. And I'm going to go ahead and take a finger dauber. And I had this Ranger Letterit ink pad on my desk, so I went ahead and used it. I believe the color is cocoa. I am not absolutely 100% sure. So I just go ahead and distress with the ink around both of these pieces of paper, the top and the bottom. And then I have this tool. I do not know what it is. It's just happened to be in my little jar of tools, and it's got a pointy end and it's got a kind of like a flat end on the other side. I have no clue what it's called though. So I'm just using it to kind of roll the paper a little bit, especially the areas where the it's distressed. And so I just go ahead and adhere the top and the bottom to my card base. So I take a piece of the gold paper, and I have this die from the kit, and I go ahead and run that through my die cut machine 3 times. So I have 3 of these embellishments, and I'm going to go ahead and glue those down with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive in kind of a circle. around the middle of the card. And then there's this cute little tag that says London on it, and it's got some gold accents to it also. And then I will take the biggest flower and place that in the center. But I always, the paper flowers always come with a little piece of metal sticking out of the back of them, and I always cut them off just because it's easier to adhere them to the card. But I go ahead and use my Fabric Fix and adhere all of the flowers to the card. So I used all the flowers that came in the kit on this one card, and then I take the sentiment and pop it up with my foam squares, add a few of the kind of peach enamel dots, and that is it for card number 1. For card number 2, I had an idea originally and I kind of changed it in the middle. So what I did was I took the scallop die and made a scallop on the top and the bottom of the striped piece of paper, and then I also used the scallop die and took a piece of the gold paper and cut that out 2 times. It's the same die, it's just used a little bit differently. And I went ahead and adhered the kind of gold leaf pattern to the card base. And here I am taking the scalloped striped paper and using my Nuvo adhesive just so that it gives me a little bit of room to move that around if I need to. And then I'm going to take these gold pieces and adhere those along the top of the scallop, on the top and on the bottom. I had a hard time picking out a favorite card for this set. I just think the kit was really beautiful. So these 2 dies came in the kit, and I used the very lightest green color and die cut both of those out. And then there's a piece of kind of, it's almost like a little wheel that's got cutouts, and so I go ahead and just insert those 2 floral pieces through there and adhere those to the back. And then I'm going to take this butterfly, and again I'm using the tool that I don't know what the name of it is, and try and curl up the butterfly wings a little bit. So I'm using 2 of the butterflies. One of them is just the paper ephemera butterfly, and then the other is the more dimensional butterfly. And then I will go ahead and grab a sentiment from the sticker sheet. And this one says Friends Forever. And I go ahead and trim off the excess, and that is it for card number 2. I really like this card. I think it turned out really great. It's pretty. So pretty. And I also used some enamel accents on this card also. So card number 3, I do apologize. My camera went off and I didn't realize it. So basically I just took a piece of the striped paper again and a bunch of the pieces of ephemera that came in the pack and went around the card and stuck a sticker on it that says Always in My Heart and a butterfly. And that was it. Pretty easy card. So the third card, I believe this is my third card. Here's where I remember to use my adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and use the adhesive, the double-sided tape that came with the kit, and put the floral pattern on my card base. And then I'm taking the die that came in the kit and popping it up with some foam squares. And this is a piece of the off-white cardstock that I'm using. And then I took the other dimensional butterfly and some of the pink ribbon that came in the kit and kind of folded it under the butterfly a little bit and adhered it. And then this little piece of ephemera that came in the kit, I go ahead and adhere that and pop that up. And then I took a piece of white ribbon and a piece, I believe I used the double-sided tape to adhere that, and used the sentiment Hey There, and that completes card number 4. These are so quick and easy. I was able to do all of these within a couple hours, which is good for me. So this next card is probably like a 10-second card. Basically all it is I took my double-sided tape, took this piece of patterned paper, adhered it to the card, stuck a little piece of gold foil on the top, or with the gold, not gold foil, gold paper, and then grabbed a sentiment stick, sentiment strip that says, you are amazing. And then I took 3 of the gems, and that completes card number 5. Card number 6, I think this is probably my favorite. Card number 6, I used the small die of the month again. So I use a different die this time. I cut out 6 strips of white using the white cardstock, and basically all I'm doing is I am taking the 2 strips and lining the circles up, so they're going back to back pretty much, the scallop edge to scallop edge. I take my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and I'm not being super careful about where the glue goes. I just want to make sure that it sticks in the middle, and so I go ahead and line up the circles because they are identical. And then I'll go ahead and dab off the excess glue with a baby wipe. And then I do this, so I have 3 die cuts basically. And then I wanted since the background's going to be that gold leaf, I wanted a gold that would match that fairly well. So I'm getting out my starry colors, and this is the red gold color, and I just water that down, and I'm just splattering that on my die cut pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and take that gold foil. I don't know why I keep saying foil. It's not foil. It's just gold accent paper. And then I go ahead and take my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive again, and I'm going to lay those strips down vertically. I had to think if that was horizontal or vertical. So this is going to be a side fold card. So I just take each of the die cut sets and adhere them in the middle of the die cut. So that allows the sides of the die cut to be kind of folded up a little bit. And then I'm going to take a piece of the white ribbon and use some double-sided tape to adhere that to the middle of the card. And I was thinking this would be a really pretty wedding card. It looks kind of elegant, which a lot of the Spellbinders cards, they're just really elegant, and the designs. So I go ahead and adhere that to the middle of the card and cut off the excess. And then I grab the sentiment from the sticker sheet that says love and center that across the ribbon. And then I take some of the pink jewels. I believe I use about 5 of them and put them around the card. And this one's probably my favorite, and if not my favorite, then a close second to the first card. I just think it turned out really pretty. Let me know what cards you liked the most in the comments below. If you are not a subscriber and you would like to subscribe, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button to be notified of videos when I make them. And if you like this video or found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. I absolutely adored this kit. I can't wait to see what comes out in March, and I can't wait to make some cards and a video for that. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.